How can I turn an email directly into a calendar event? Hi, this is Elliot from Workload. Please join the Workload community by subscribing to this channel and liking this video. In this video, we'll be building a workflow starting with a new email matching a search in Gmail. Then we'll be formatting the data using the AI Wizard by Workload before finally creating a calendar event in Google Calendar. All right, let's build a workflow. So we're going to start here at the workload editor. We'll give our workflow a title. So this is going to be email matching a search to Google Calendar event. And I'm going to select my trigger by clicking in the trigger box. And I've used Gmail recently as an app, so it's down here in my recent apps section. So I'll click on that. The event is going to be email matching a search. I'm going to make sure I'm connected to my Google account. If you have any issues connecting to the apps we use in this workflow, check out the blog in the description of the video. The search query is going to be subject calendar. So this workflow is going to work where anyone sends me an email with the subject of calendar, then the details of that email will be used to create a calendar event. So we'll test that action, and we have an email matching that search with the subject of calendar, and it's about this mandatory sunrise yoga event. We'll use the details of this email in order to make our calendar event. But in order to make this work more easily, I'm going to break down the body of this email into some different categories. So I'm going to click continue. I'm going to use the AI Wizard by Workload, which is in our popular built-in tools section. The event is going to be format data. The input data, I'm going to click on the plus sign, come over here, and I'm going to find that body plane within the trigger. And then my prompt is going to be divide this message into title, description, and date. We'll click continue, and we'll test this action. So now we have the date, the title of the event, and a description. Now I know when I'm building a workflow that uses the detailed calendar event in Google Calendar, it also wants an end time for that event. So what I'm going to do is set up this workflow that's going to create the end time as being 1 hour after the start time. We're going to reformat those date and times so they work best for Google Calendar. So we'll click continue. We're going to add another step. This is also going to be the AI Wizard by Workload. The event's going to be format data. The input data is going to come from that step 2. And we're going to find that date. And then the prompt is going to be format date into this specific format. And that's what Google Calendar wants to create the event. So we'll click continue, test action, and we have a success. So then we'll click continue. We're going to add another step. This is also going to be the AI Wizard by Workload. We're going to format the data. The input data is going to come from that most recent step, the formatted date. And then I'm going to say add 1 hour to this time and test this action. So now we have an end date. So I'll click continue. We're going to add a final step. This is going to be in Google Calendar. Click continue. The event is going to be create detailed event. Make sure we're connected to our Google account. The title is going to come from that first formatted step, and that's going to be the title. The description is also going to come from that same step. We don't have a location, so we can leave that blank. The start date and time is going to be that step 3. And the end date and time is going to be that step 4. New time. We can select a color that we want all these events to show up on the calendar as. So we can say every grape event is an event that came from an email. We don't have any attendees to add. I'm assuming this is going to go to a shared calendar that the whole staff can see. We use the default reminders. You can choose to say, oh, I'll be busy at this event. Can the guest modify the event? No. And then we're going to select which calendar we want to put this on. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to say my test calendar, but this is where you would select that shared staff calendar. Click continue. And then we can test this action. And we have a success. So I can click continue here. I can click on Google Calendar. And you can see we have our event here with the title, the date and time, and a description. So you can come back over to the workload editor. I can make sure all of my nodes have a green dot. This trigger does not, so I'm going to click on that box. And sometimes that's all it takes in order for the node to turn green again. And then I can activate my workflow. And now, whenever I receive a new email with the subject line of calendar, the AI wizard will format all of the data and then automatically add that as a calendar event in Google Calendar. That's how you can use Workload to build a workflow that automatically connects Gmail to Google Calendar. Please join the Workload community by commenting on this post with any questions you might have or suggestions for future videos. You should also like this video and click here to subscribe to our channel, or click here to get more content from Workload about how to make your business practices more smoothly. And I'll see you next time.